Welcome back to this channel. Today I'm excited. I'm going to show you how to consolidate data in Excel. What do I mean? I have two sheets of sets with two sets of data. 2021, this is my data here, and 2022, which is on this other sheet here. And my goal is to consolidate them and put them here. Consolidate, I mean sum them up. Get the data on the first sheet and the second sheet, sum them up. Now, there are different ways you can do it. What I've called the normal easy way is to put a formula on the sheet where you want it to consolidate it, put the summing formulas and sum them up. Then I'll show you the shortcut of using that first method. Then I'll move on to a more advanced method where we use the consolidate function under the tab data. Now, it has two options where we link our consolidated data to the data source, or we do not link. Where we link them, it means that when the source data changes, the consolidated data will change. If they are not linked, when the source data changes, the consolidated data will not change. So I'll be showing you both cases. And lastly, I'll show you a final case where the data is not arranged. What do I mean? If you look at this data, it is January to December, item 1, item 2. I go to my second sheet, it is all arranged in order. The first data is in cell D2. If I come to the first sheet, the first data is also in cell 2. So it is arranged. But in the last example, I'll look at a case where, for example, January is not here, but is in the middle here in one sheet, but in another sheet, it is at the first, but then I consolidate them and it does it the right way. That's the final case I'll be looking at. Quite interesting. Please stick around. So let's get started with the easy way. So I will come to the consolidated sheet. I put my formula here, go to the first sheet. I say add. Go to the second sheet, add this one, press enter, drag it here, drag it down, sweet and easy. This is how we get the total. In the next part of this video, I'm going to show you the shortcut of the first method that I showed you earlier. So the shortcut is you put some, open, go to the sheet you want to add the first number. First one is this. Yes. This one here. Click on the shift button. As you hold it down, click on the second sheet. If you have more than one sheet, you can click on them. So when you look at the formula bar, it says 2021 and 2022 and has picked C2 in both of the sheets, close, enter. So you can see it has added them. Now we just copy and then copy down like so. So this is a shortcut of doing the addition. Use the sum function, go to the first, click on one, shift key down, and then click on the second sheet. That way you can sum them up without wasting a lot of time. However, the disadvantage of this method is if these sheets move, for example, if this one moves slightly there, and this, the second sheet, I also move it slightly here, my total will not be right. For item 2, it is telling 100, but 100 is not the total because this is 200. The other sheet is 200. So that's the disadvantage that when you move the values in the sheets that you are adding up, it will not give you the right total. But I'll show you next how you can overcome this problem. Let's move to now a more advanced one where we are going to use the consolidated function. So to use the consolidated function, click on consolidate on data, then consolidate, First of all, let me first clear this. I show you from scratch. So data, consolidate. What function do I want to use? I want to use the sum function. I select it. Then next, I first select the first data set. Click here, go and select the first data set, which is this. Come back, I add it to my references. I go back, do the same, but now I select my second data set, which is this. Come back, add it. After adding it, I'm gonna tell Excel, I don't want you to add these labels, the top and the left. Top, remove those, don't add them, and say, okay, wonderful. So as you can see, it has added my data. Now, the only disadvantages with this one is that this data is not linked to my source data. That is a shortfall, because if I go to I change this to 200, I expect my consolidated sum to increase by 100, but when I come back, unfortunately, it does not increase to 300. So I'm going to show you how to solve this and using the consolidate function again. So next, let's see how to solve that problem. You go to data, consolidate. First of all, let me first clear this. Then data, consolidate. What function do I want to use? The sum again. What is my reference? Go to the first sheet, pick the reference, like so. Add it. Then go back, pick the second data set, like so. Add it. So I have my two data sets here. Now I'm going to use these labels. And the other important thing is create links to the source data. This is very important because I want a link to the source data. Why do I want the link? Because if I change the source data of one of the sheets, my consolidated data will also change. So that's why we link it to that one. Then I say, okay, there you go. You remember I changed one of these and it has changed. So if I increase this to 400 and I go back to my consolidated data, you can see it has changed to 500. Now that's the advantage of linking it to the source data. Finally, I want to see if at all I come to here and I make this one January and I make this one February, like so. Do I get the right total for January? Do I get the right total for February? That is what I want to find out. So let's go back. Data, consolidate. I want to use the sum, browse, pick the first data set. Remember we have February, January. Let's see whether it will work. Add, go, pick the second data set. The second data set, our first month is January, contrary to the other data set, the first sheet. I select that. I add. I want to use the labels and I want to link. I say, okay. Have we got the right answer? Let's find out. January, in the first sheet, January has 400. So it is 400 plus, in the second sheet, January has 100. 400 plus 100, we get the consolidated 500. So irrespective of the fact that these are not arranged in order, if you use the consolidated function, it has shown that you can still get the right total, as you can see here. I hope this has been helpful. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the notification button. That's all I have for you today. Have a great